everybody, so today's Monday and it is family movie night, and today I thought it would be fun to do something really different in honor of Alice Through the Looking Glass coming out next week. I thought it would be fun to look at a different, unique version of Alice in Wonderland. I've already reviewed the animated film and I've reviewed the Tim Burton 2010 version. And so today we are going to look at the 1933 version of Alice in Wonderland. And what's interesting about this version is that it is the reason why Alice in Wonderland was not the very first film that Walt chose for his first feature film. He was going to, but then because of the popularity of this film, he decided to go with Snow White in 1937 for Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And this film is very accurate to both books, both Alice in Wonderland and Alice Through the Looking Glass, and it captures the real spirit of each of the books in the sense that it is kind of just a bunch of short stories of her meeting all of these creatures, and it doesn't necessarily have sort of the narrative, even though some would say there isn't much narrative in the animated film. This has even less. It's really just a bunch of sort of meetings of different characters, and what's really fun is that they got a lot of big stars to be these characters, and it also kind of combines sort of the weird, gross kind of elements of the Tim Burton version with sort of the fun, charming, whimsical elements of the Disney version. So I feel like it's kind of a good mix between the two. It's directed by Norman Z. McLeod, and it stars Charlotte Henry as Alice. Alice is bored and she starts to wonder what life might be like on the other side of the mirror in their drawing room or in their living room. And the governess kind of shuts her down, tells her she's being dumb. So she falls asleep and she wakes up, and all of a sudden she's able to enter into the world of the mirror, and everything is kind of reversed. And so in this, it's a little bit different. Like that's sort of the Alice Through the Looking Glass part of it. And that's how she sort of starts on this adventure with these different characters. And you see, of course, the White Rabbit. And here's some of the other great performances that you see in the movie. There's Richard Arlen as the Cheshire Cat. You have Leon Errol as Uncle Silbert. He's really funny. Roscoe Aites as the fish. Gary Cooper is the White Knight. Louise Fazenetta as the White Queen. W.C. Fields as Humpty Dumpty. That's really fun to see. There's a lot of people you probably recognize, but you might not know their names. But probably Charlie Ruggles. Charlie Ruggles is the March Hare. You recognize Sterling Holloway, who would voice Winnie the Pooh. And then in all of his grandness, Cary Grant as the Mock Turtle. And my friend Matthew Evanholt will be very glad to see that the Mock Turtle is very well represented in this film. And it's not as good as Wizard of Oz, but it kind of reminded me of that sort of feeling of sort of humans dressed up in costumes and kind of a certain magic in that way. The music by Dmitri Tiomkin was really strong throughout. I really liked all the set design. You definitely get this feel of the world being magical, but it's not like dark and grim. It's not overly cute though. There's definitely like weird looks to some of the characters' faces. They look kind of bulbous and kind of remind me of the box trolls a little bit in some of it, but you don't get too much of that. You know, there's just little bits that are kind of sort of gross and weird, and I don't know, you get the story of the walrus and the oysters, the walrus and the carpenter. You get all the main parts of both books, really. You get Humpty Dumpty, and you get the Mad Hatter, of course. Mad Hatter's played by Edward Everett Horton, and he's really funny in the role. Of course, you get the Queen of Hearts. They're painting the roses red. All of the stuff that you like from the original story, it's all included. And it's just really charming. It's really sweet. It's something different. I love the black and white photography. It's really beautiful. And I don't know, just if you want to break free from sort of CGI overly, here's something that is really creative and has its own unique look that we wouldn't really see now. It's a breezy 77 minutes, so it's not too long. And I think that you and your family will really enjoy it. You'll get a lot out of it, and you just enjoy all of the nonsense that the movie embraces. And there'll definitely be stuff that kids will be like, ooh, that's weird. That's strange, but that's part of the fun of it. So let me know what you think if you get a chance to see this. This is easy to find if you look online, but you could also rent it at Amazon and other places. So let me know what you think if you get to see it. And thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll talk to you later.